Hi, this is Kathy, and this is Casablanca Cargo, and let's get started. I'm going to make some tags, like a whole mess of tags, like a bunch of tags. And I'm using free stuff. I've got some catalogs that came in the mail. This one, I don't know how they have found me, or they keep sending me this little catalog because it's weird. The name that they've put on there for me is one that I have never used. It's a variation of my name. Somebody sold me out, but that's all right. I'm going to use the pretty pictures for tags. And I made 2 sizes of cardboard cutouts to trace. And that's just it. That's the whole deal. You just trace a tag, you find some area of the picture and trace around it and cut it out, and you have yourself a background. Now you can do it like I'm doing it here with a solid tag and just, going around with a pen here and cutting it out, or you could make the inside of the tag open, and then you can see what is in the background as like a frame. You would make it like a window frame, and then you can see what's on the inside. But I've just done it this way, and right now I'm just tracing, really just roughly tracing it around, and I will cut it out better, more precise, I guess, when I get done here. But this is just a great way to use up catalogs in this case, because the paper is a little bit thicker than a magazine image, which of course you can still do this with magazines. Although I think it would have to have maybe cardstock, glue it to cardstock afterwards. But with this one, I'm just going around. If it's a small tag, I use the yellow card. If it's a larger tag, I use the blue card. And it's just a great way to increase your mass making of tags. These can be used for gifts. They can be used in your journals. They can be used, I don't know, however you want to use a tag, for, merchandising. That would be interesting. Have a different take on, if you do craft fairs and stuff like that, you can put your price tags on these. You can, and it's basically free. It's just your time and a little bit of glue and some imagination. And this is a company store catalog that I'm turning sideways to get, you can see that blue floral, so it doesn't look like, oh, that was a blanket. It just looks like floral. And you just maneuver the tag to see which way is the most area of the catalog. And just gonna keep going here. So I've got a large tag and a small tag out of that one. Okay, I've gone through all of the catalogs. I had 4 of them, and I got my small and large tags, and now I'm going to back them onto a leftover piece of brown paper bag. And this is ultra cheap. I mean, It's free. It's basically free. You know, I got the bag from, I forget where, if it was a takeout order or something, you know, just keep the bag. And so basically, you know, like I said, it just takes a little bit of time and glue. Now I am going to leave the strips somewhat intact like this. I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and sew around, and it's easier to sew the brown bag or the tags when they're all more like this as a pile than individually. It's really hard for me to sew a tiny tag individually on the sewing machine. So before I do that though, I'm going to start decorating these now. Now's the fun part. That stamp didn't work. So I'm going to go back in and try again. These are older stamps, and I wasn't sure if they were going to work, especially on the glossy catalog page. And yeah, some of them didn't work, and I'll show you what I do to fix it or disguise it or try something different. So now I'm going to use the black, the jet black, instead of the sepia, and see if that works better on this other tag. And there we go. That's not bad. The typewriter, I'm not sure. I think I might try to use a little bit of sandpaper on that and see if I can get it to work better. It never did really work that well. That's probably why I haven't used it that much. And of course, it's probably user error too. You know, I'm not real perfectionistic about stamping. Oh, that's nice. That telephone came out cute. And let's see one more. Oh, now these are different types of catalog pages, and this one did not take, and I was like, oh, I'll just wipe it off like a panic, you know. So I wipe it off with a baby wipe and it smeared, and so I decided to go with it and just do a grungy type of, you know, it's an old writing and you know, print from you know, an old book page or whatever, and I kind of like how it turned out. But you just never know what's going to happen with a glossy catalog image, and even with the archival ink, you know, sometimes it didn't want to take. But this is a I think it's from a Heidi Swapp small, you can see it's just a little square, but they're all different kinds of background stamps. And this set that I got a while ago, a few years ago actually, and this one's a map, so that kind of makes a neat background. And they're really nice for the tags. This one is just like a grungy, splotchy thing. So it just, you can see how it comes out there with the sepia. Okay, once I got all the stamping done, I'm going to go in now with some little bits of ephemera to decorate the tags. This is that special stamp that I got at the thrift store that I keep wanting to incorporate into everything. And I'm going to use it on a couple of these tags, and see how that turns out. I just want to use a little bit on the end here, and it's getting kind of tricky. Now, a way to do this and not get a stamp on something you don't want to get the stamp on is just to cover it with a piece of paper and you can still stamp it. I just wanted to be all, not have to get up and look for a piece of paper. So I'm just going to use the end of the stamp and make a little frame in there. Okay, once I got the stamping done, I went and got my stencils out. And now I'm just going to do a little bit more to decorate these tags. And of course it's again, that kind of came out a little bit subtle, maybe a little too subtle. I didn't want it to completely change or cover up the picture on the tag. So I'm just sort of playing around with that olive green ink there. And here's another stencil. This time with, I think it was Pebble Beach. Yeah, that looks cute. So it's not quite just, oh, here's a picture of it, from a catalog or a magazine. It's just turning it into a little piece of art. So now I'm getting out some more bits to layer. This was from a Tuesday morning purchase years ago, and of course it was Tim Holtz, and of course I was like, oh, that's it, and I never knew what to do with it. The back page or two, I think it's just one page here, has these little hotel and tourist destination symbols and emblems, or whatever you call those. So I'm going to use these because now I have a place to put them. And so this is just going to be going around and seeing which ones I'm going to put in on what to decorate further these tags. Okay, so I've got all my tags sewn. You can see there how I just sew in a group on the bag, and then I just cut out the tags, and I added little bits of lace and things like that. And let me show you here now. Here's the small tags. I have a little butterfly on that, little piece of silk on that, and on the back you can see sometimes the sewing will be a little bit across the back of the tag, which is fine. You can cover that up with some more paper if you want to, but most of the time, it does. To me, it didn't seem to really affect the tag. And here's some more tags. And more tags, and more tags. And also, this one is just me going wild here. That's a piece of brown lace, and on top of that is an avocado bag. And just use different elements. Some paper, some fabric, some lace. I think they came out pretty good. I like them. Just do whatever you feel. I watched some video the other day where she was cooking or making some recipe, and she goes, just measure with your heart, So like, in making these tags, just decorate with your heart. Just do what you feel, just to make it interesting, or try to. Now, some of these tags you can, any of these tags really, if you want to, you can punch a hole at the top and add a hang tag for your gifts. You can add ribbon at the top. That's kind of a traditional way of making a tag. And yeah, so here's all my tags, my free tags, free. Yeah, no wallet was taken out in the making of these tags. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you soon.